Hey guys, thanks for visiting my YouTube channel. My name is John Campea, and this is a special user-submitted topic. Now, every day on the John Campea Show, Monday through Friday, we take live questions, and every once in a while, somebody will send in like a $50 or more tip, and when they do, I like to honor that by not just answering the question in the show, but also answering it in its own standalone video, and that's what we're going to do right now. And this one comes to us from Leech Live Reactions, who writes, I believe the movie industry needs to make more sports movies, and to be more specific, baseball movies. I remember growing up and new baseball movies were coming out left and right. The Sandlot, The Rookie, Rookie of the Year, etc. All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, Leech Live. And yeah, listen, some of the most memorable, heart smile kind of movies you can think of are baseball movies. I'm not even a big baseball fan. I'm a big sports fan. I'm not a big baseball fan, I have to admit. But some of the baseball movies are some of just the great feel-good movies and inspiring movies that are out there. You already mentioned The Sandlot. You know, you're killing me, Smalls. Who doesn't remember The Sandlot and love it so much? Robert Redford film, The Natural. What about Bad News Bears? Of course, Field of Dreams, on and on and on. There were generations of great baseball movies. Hell, even if you want to go to Angels in the Outfield, great baseball movies. Major League 2, on and on and on. Great baseball movies as far as the eye can see. However, we don't get a lot of sports movies these days, or at least not as many as we used to in another era. And also specifically, we don't get as many baseball movies as we used to get in another era. And I think there's a couple of reasons for that. Number one, in recent years, sports movies just haven't really done as well as a lot of others. And we can argue and debate why that might be, but the fact of the matter is there hasn't been a lot of big hit movies that were sports-based movies. Of course, we just had one with, what do they call it in Europe? Le Mans, something like that. Anyway, Ford v Ferrari is what we called it here. So there's that one, but quite often they haven't been the big hits. But I think the other reason, if we're going to specifically talk about baseball, I think one of the reasons, and I'm just speculating here, that we haven't got a lot of movies about baseball in the last number of years is I feel like some of the romance, the innocence of baseball disappeared a lot with the steroid scandals, right? Like baseball was really rocked by a lot with the different scandals and things like that, particularly the steroid scandal. And I personally feel, again, this is just me with my own theory as a film fan, I feel like there's a correlation between the growing prominence and the controversy of the steroid scandal with people losing interest in the idea of a baseball movie. And maybe a part of that is because of that sense of the word I used before, innocence. You know, when you watch Sandlot or you watch Field of Dreams, there is an innocence about that. There's a purity. You know, James Earl Jones and Sandlot talking about the purity of baseball, you know? That sort of thing. And I feel like maybe to some degree, right or wrong, fair or unfair, to some degree, particularly in North America, that sense of innocence and that sense of purity when it comes to baseball may have, either on a conscious or subconscious level, maybe affected us a little bit. And maybe movies like The Rookie or that don't have that same appeal because we don't see baseball as innocently as we once did, or any sport for that matter. And maybe I'm being overly pessimistic, I'm not sure, but all I know is that I'm with you. Even if it's baseball movies, when I'm not the biggest baseball fan, I like baseball movies, I like sports movies in general, and I hope we do see a return of them. Here's keeping our fingers crossed and hoping. Anyway, guys, what do you think about that? Why do you think we don't have more sports movies today? Specifically, why not more baseball movies? What are your thoughts on this? Jump down into the comment section below and let me know your thoughts. All right, guys, until next time, my name's John Campea, and until then, bye-bye.